That's okay though.
Okay. Are we going to say,
Ready?
or are you saying good morning?
Good morning. Ready?
Okay.
Good morning.
Sonny and Cher.
Oh, I look like Pat from SNL, Saturday Night Live. And I was going to...
You look so funny. I know. I look funny.
Well, like you said, that you have it and it's so heavy that you're trying to just like keep it on, right?
Yeah, I have to hold my head up like this. I'm afraid. I hope it doesn't fall off while we're talking.
I said, yeah, you look like you're 20 now. Yeah, you don't look like you're 92. You look like you're 20. And I look like I have a big nose with my mustache.
You're very handsome, Sonny.
I don't think I'd ever get a partner.
You look better than Sonny, really, doesn't she? She's better than Sonny.
I said, I don't even...
Do you have a mustache?
I do. Do you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I look like an actual guy. I look like a guy. I feel like I should talk like this. Hey, babes. Hey, babes.
No, come on, let's stay in character.
Well, that wasn't character. Hey, babes. I was acting like a guy.
Okay.
And guess what? So I was getting us all set up, and Mom was getting her wig on, and I said, I forgot the stand downstairs in my van.
What stand?
For the camera. So I had to go downstairs looking like
with
this.
With the mustache on, yeah.
But nobody's up.
No.
Nobody's up. So I came back and she's like, did anybody see him? I'm like, yeah, they're all sleeping. Yeah.
This is a senior home. I mean, over 55. 55 is young though.
Well, but it's actually like more 80-ish,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
70s to 90s.
A lot of 80-ish.
Older people.
Yeah.
A lot of 80-ish, yeah.
Yeah,
you know, a lot 80-ish.
Well, what do you think, folks? Would you think we're Sonny and Cher?
No, we do not look like Sonny and Cher, but we look like, I don't know. I look like a man that couldn't get a date to save his life. So send me your emails, gals. Okay, but we're just doing this. We were talking about this because Sandy saw the wigs. Yeah, she was like, what are those for? And like I said, just with everything going on, and we were talking about like what happened with the school shootings and stuff, that sometimes, you know what, you just got to make it light, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And here's the thing. I was thinking this too. Well, listen, I know I'm not normal. I don't want to be normal. Do you want to be normal?
No.
Or what normal is? Like these constrictions that we grow up with that society says. And it's like, I just want to enjoy my life. And here's the thing, like make people laugh and make people know that like we can be silly and it doesn't matter what age you are, that nothing is out of bounds. Do you know what I mean? Like learning new things, doing new things. Just being, I don't know, do you think at 92, like, being silly, do you feel, I don't know, like, I mean, I'm sure you feel weird.
No, I don't. I'm probably, because I am.
Well, no, but that's it. But that's what I'm saying, that you come to a point where people don't, like, have that child, like, fun anymore.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, kids love to imagine and pretend.
Pretend, yeah.
I still like to do that.
Yeah. And so, I mean, just like wearing wigs, and that's my thing about makeup. Listen, you got me into makeup.
I know. I love makeup.
You've always
That's
loved
where she got it. I just don't wear it anymore because I would put it in the wrong place. Yeah.
But growing up, and here's the thing, the only reason I wore a lot of makeup because I had cystic acne.
Oh, yeah.
And I was trying to like cover it up. So it was more as like a defense thing. I was just trying to cover things up. And I remember in high school, my boyfriend said we were under like those fluorescent lights. And he's like, why do you wear so much makeup? You just make it look worse. And so then that made me feel worse. And, you know, again, we don't need makeup, but if it makes you feel better about yourself, then why wouldn't you do it? And that's the fun thing about being a girl.
Yeah.
Right?
I love being a girl.
Yeah, I love being a girl. Right. And my mom, when did that start though? Like when, you know, because when she started working, you would you're like Sandy, you lay your outfits out at night, and you know, you had your nails done all the time. I mean, you just recently quit doing your nails.
Yeah, doesn't pay anymore.
Yeah, but and you know what's funny is that I was just talking today, I'm doing a video like for my week, and I was talking about my nails because I don't really feel feminine. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think just because I've always had to be the one in charge and taking care of everything, and I never really had like I don't want to say a man in my life, but somebody that took care of me. And so I was just like, yep, got to do this, got to do that. And I'm still that way. And so to get my nails done, it actually made me feel.
I was surprised.
Like.
Yeah, that you started doing that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It made me feel like, oh, like, but like I'm taking care of myself.
Yes, and you should.
Right. And I think for women too, like wearing makeup, it just makes you feel like, and what's funny is I am a professional makeup artist. So I put makeup on other people.
Yeah.
And what gets me excited is that when they see themselves, it makes them feel better about themselves. So that why wouldn't I do that for myself?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And for you, where did that start? Where did that, because I don't think.
I've always loved it. And back when I was, back when I was young, and there's probably not too many out there my age, but you youngsters that are 70, and, that.
Yeah.
You probably didn't know that, but I mean there were just procedures, that you did at a certain age, like boys wore short pants until they were a certain age, and then you wore your long pants, and that meant you were not a boy anymore, but you were going to
really?
be a man. Well, I mean, it was a
like
special
every
age.
like and passage of right.
And I remember girls, you didn't wear heels, and when you did wear heels, they weren't high heels; they were the little heels, and that was your first heels. And you could wear hose then.
We were talking about hose the other
day. And this was
a
certain age, and I'm not remembering. I think it was more like about 15 or 16, because we didn't grow up quite as fast as the generation now. I mean, you're grown up when you're, I would say, all about life.
12?
Pretty much.
10?
Oh, 7, 8,
oh,
9.
Everybody has
and
like
nothing
phones.
is wrong with knowing all that stuff. They kept it a secret from us until we got married. Then you found out all the interesting secrets that nobody told you.
We were just talking about that tonight because I went to a Catholic school, and we couldn't talk about sex because they thought if you talked about it, then you'd have it. And so you didn't know about it. So you're like, well, it sounds like it's supposed to be, then we want to have it because nobody's talking about it.
It was so different when I was a teenager. The stork, nobody mentioned sex ever.
You believed in the stork, didn't you?
And, well, I don't know. I was kind of bright when I was young. And I think most kids, after a while, it was either the stork or you got picked. They picked you in
out
a
of
cabbage
the patch.
From that comes the Cabbage Patch doll.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and in the movies even, there were rules. You always had to have twin beds. I mean,
even in the movies, yeah.
It was so
innocent.
innocent. They kept us so innocent. They never told us anything.
But that didn't make it better, did it?
No, I think while our children learn young, you should know about your body and about the thing. You know, I think it's protection when you know.
Well, knowledge is power. Don't they say that? Knowledge is power.
Yes, yes. And I don't know, they must have thought years ago that, you know, keeping you very innocent that way protected you. But in the long run, it did not.
No.
So anyway.
I keep looking at myself. I'm like, you know, I'm a good makeup artist if I look like a
Don't
man.
you recognize you?
No, I don't even recognize me. I'm like, I keep looking at him like, boy, I look like a boy. Yeah.
But I always get back to what it was, you know, when I was a teenager, because it is so different now. And it's, you know, it's different.
It is different.
But I like the way it is now. Except, well, I don't know. I don't know what the accept is. There's some sort of a feeling, you know. I have
we've lost.
They grow up too fast.
Right, we've lost the innocence.
Yeah.
Do you mean before they kept you too innocent? We've even lost any innocence.
Yeah, I think maybe it has gone. You know, but you know. This is what happens. The pendulum, it goes, and then all of a sudden, I mean, and everything is status quo, and then all of a sudden, when things start to change, it starts to swing, and it swings way far this way, which is not good. But pretty soon, you know, people get used to it, and then pretty soon you have a happy medium, which is what you want, but it always seems to go way off the edge.
But I don't know.
And then it comes back.
I don't know. In this day and age, with technology, keep like getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and like TikTok and Instagram, and I've tried to go on TikTok. I have a TikTok thing. You don't even know what TikTok is, do you?
I haven't. I've heard of it.
Yeah, you have no idea.
TikTok used to be what a clock said.
Oh. Let's show them the earrings. Speaking of TikTok.
Oh, the earrings.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and you have to tell me who you are because it came directly from the place or whatever that they ordered them from. And I showed it in my short thing, but look at these are cat clock earrings
And they look just like cat clocks.
Exactly.
Because they're made by cat clocks.
And it came from a clock store. I had the thing, but I don't know what I did with it, where it came from. It came from a clock place in California.
Yeah. And they're...
Because somebody asked where they came from.
I was going to wear them.
But she said
hair
she
would
couldn't
cover them up, and I'll wear them next week.
And it wouldn't go with me wearing them because...
Yes.
I mean, boys wear earrings too. But just for tonight. Not clock, earrings. Yeah. But whoever sent these, let us know, because that's the thing. People sometimes send us stuff, and you know
I think his first name was Doc.
Oh, because you saw
Because I saw the comment.
That he said that he was sending Joy
but
something.
I'm not sure, but that's what I think.
And when I made my like short or whatever, people are like, "Were those for Joy?" I'm like, "Yes." I knew they were for Joy. They came for Joy. They were for me. Yes.
I did not know that Cat Clock made Cat Clock earrings.
Who would know?
Now you say that real fast 6 times.
I didn't know Cat Clock made Cat Clock earrings. Yeah. Yeah. And so, I mean, even to know that they make these, that somebody would take their time. You know, we talk about this, like people following us and, you know, sending you such good wishes and stuff.
You're all so nice.
And Rita, thank you. You sent another
card.
Another card. And she makes the cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And so she makes them and sends us to us. And it's like that somebody would take the time out of their life to think about us and send us anything is just crazy.
Touches my heart.
The way we look, why would anybody send us anything?
Well,
why would you send us stuff? Huh? But here's the thing. I know, like I was saying today in my video, you won't see it till later, but I know I'm crazy. Like, I'm in on the joke. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know how, like, when people are like, oh, that person's crazy. Well, I'm in on the joke. No, I'm not pretending not to be, like, crazy or out there or something.
Not really crazy, but
Well,
just
fun.
fun. The thing is, you can't go through life without a sense of humor.
Right.
And there is, I said this once before, I think, because, I mean, you know, when we were talking, that even in tragedy, if we look back over the times, and not when it's happening,
Yeah.
but there's always humor. When we were on that ship that
Saint.
hit a reef and was taking in water and we had to evacuate, it was actually dangerous.
Yeah.
But they got us all out and we were close to shore. We were near St. Thomas.
We had to get on the dinghies, though.
Yeah, but
Bring us. Yeah.
but it was kind of scary. And the thing is, 2 years later, there was this comedian that was on the ship to entertain us.
Yep.
And he was funny, and he was a huge guy.
He was big. Yeah.
And
he's passed away since.
oh,
Yeah.
did he?
Yeah.
Well, that was quite a few years ago. But anyway, we had gone to, I don't know, where was it? The casino.
We were in a hotel. That's where they put us up.
No, but I meant 2 years later. We went
yeah.
to-
Oh, okay.
went to the
Yeah.
casino, and he was there entertaining, I think. It was someplace nice.
Oh, and was he talking about?
And well, you weren't with us, but
Mm-hmm.
who was I? I don't remember, with some of my kids, and we went there, and he was the entertainer, and he was a comedian. And guess what he was telling us when he was on the ship that hit the reef? And we laughed and we laughed and we laughed.
But nobody else could say, I was on that ship.
Yeah, but actually nobody got killed, and I mean, you know, it was scary and quite an adventure, but
Yeah. An adventure.
it wasn't funny at the time.
Right.
But 2 years later, it was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
So I mean, there is humor in everything.
And that's
you
what
just
you
have to look for it.
and you have to you just, like, that's what I was talking to Al tonight. We're both going through hard times. I mean, you know how much I'm working right now.
Yes.
And really, I
She's a working fool.
I am stressed. Yeah, it's been a hard week. And that's like part of this too. It's like, honestly, it gives me freedom. Do you know what I mean? It gives a reprieve from like normal life and what we're supposed to be, because I think we grow up and we're supposed to be like in this box, you know. I just had some guy comment, well, this was a couple weeks ago. I don't get very many negative comments anymore, but it was on the one with the clothes optional. And he happened to say, yeah, that nose ring turns me off. And I'm like, well, good thing I'm not here to turn you on. Because that's not, like, that's not what I'm here for. You know what I mean? And so to, like, use humor, like, that's what has saved me. And, you know, we know with our family, when we get together, we're like super loud because we're all like trying to talk over each other, and we've just all had a sense of humor. And maybe because we've been through so much,
Yeah.
that we know that there's nothing you can do in the moment, like you said. And so what you do is like, this is how we deal with it. And people deal with things totally different ways. It's not like it's wrong if you don't like still see the positive part, even when you're in like the darkness. But that is my like reprieve, you know, to have some fun and just show other people that I'm willing to like look like a fool, be a fool. Hey, I must be a really good makeup artist if I can make myself really look like a guy, you know.
Yeah.
That it you know, I think we're kind of sold this bill of goods that we're supposed to act a certain way in any situation.
Yeah, that does happen. Yeah.
You know? And so,
in a society, there
or
are certain ways.
especially too, like what age you are. That at a certain age, you're supposed to like.
That's going away, though. You know, that certain age
I don't know.
thing, you
I don't
think?
know. So I know you probably don't know her, but her name is Paula Porskova. Is that it? And she's
Who's she? Movie
she
star?
was like a supermodel.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And she's 57 and she's never had like any work done or anything. And believe me, her body is like rocking. And so even though she still looks like amazing, anybody would give anything to look like her at 57, that she deals with people saying, you're old and you're ugly. And she's like, I don't want to say fighting back, but pushing back to be like, you know what, being old isn't synonymous with like being ugly. I remember when
Everybody gets old.
right, everybody gets old. We all get like one chance at being 26. We all get one chance at being 36. We all get, you know,
But
and
old is interesting.
old is interesting. Right, exactly.
It is.
And there's a freedom that comes with getting older. Well, that's
yeah.
why I'm dressed like this. You know, there's that freedom.
Because now, well, yeah, there is a freedom. Well, with my situation, I don't wear makeup anymore or worry about how my face looks because
And
I
you-
can't see it.
Well, and you
Yeah.
still look so beautiful. And you know, sometimes you'll say to me, you're like, I don't know what I look like. I go, Mom, you look amazing. And even, you know, the people that comment, they're like, oh my God, she can't be 92. Oh my gosh. And I'm sure to you, because you can't see yourself, but maybe that's a blessing because,
It is. It's a good thing for me.
right.
I think because it's. I don't even think about it
Right.
anymore.
But this is what I mean. When somebody makes a comment, and that's what I said to this person too, if you're making a comment on my looks, like, well, I wonder what you look like sitting behind that computer judging somebody else's looks. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we all get older. We aren't supposed to
You
look
gotta
20.
get old.
And it's a privilege. It's a privilege to get older,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Mm.
And I know it's hard though. And I don't know, it hasn't really been hard for you with your looks because you've always kept your looks. It's more about, well, I should ask you, what's the hard part about getting old?
Well, it's actually I never really thought too much about age as I got older because I was always working and active.
You were too busy
with
living
my
your life,
kids and
right?
my grandkids.
Right.
Yeah, I just kept. I went back to school. You know,
In her
I
50s,
just kept
yeah.
doing things, and I never really. It didn't bother me too much, but then of course when you get to a certain age,
Right.
and the you know the
eyesight
stuff
and-
starts
yeah.
acting up.
Right.
It
Your health.
it doesn't change. It doesn't change you in any way except the way you look at life. I mean, you have to change how you do things
You adjust.
according to what you're capable of. But you still are lucky when you look around the world or you look around at your friends and or read on the news of things.
Yeah.
You know, you say, "Gee, I'm lucky. I'm
Yeah.
lucky. I'm very lucky." And another thing I have found that when you're feeling down, it really works, is to go and look in the mirror in your bathroom or wherever you have mirrors. Look at yourself and just smile. Laugh if you want to. I guarantee you will feel a lot better after you do that. It's good for you to smile. It does something for your whole
But yeah.
body. Really, it does. It sounds stupid and simple, but it works. You just got to look and give yourself a big smile.
And I think too, like I said, when that, I don't know what to call him, a preacher or whatever, when I was in Sedona, and that's how I found like, don't forget your magic. when he said
That's
that,
part of your magic, yeah.
and that was it. When he said that, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's what I forgot. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter like what you do. You can be like in depression or whatever, but you are still magic. You have been, I mean, even, start to get like here, but that our bodies work the way they do and just everything that we're even here.
Well,
you're
and
magic.
that's the thing. That we're even here.
Right.
We are, and I have to tell you folks, something I've learned, and maybe you won't believe me, but we are not a body living a life.
Right.
We are life.
We are life, yeah.
So, it goes on forever.
Right.
We are promised that.
Yeah.
And it's very true.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. For us to be silly like this and stuff, it just is like, it doesn't even matter. Like, why are there these societal like boundaries? You're supposed to be beautiful, and people are like, oh, Tracy, you better rip blonde hair. Yeah, but it was just for a moment. I was just wearing a wig just to have fun. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that that's me all the time, but just like me, I look like a guy right now. Well, hopefully I look like a guy, but that's what I want to show, that it doesn't matter. Like, you're your soul. You're not what you look like. And so when that person, and it doesn't hurt me anymore when people like talk about my looks or whether it's good or bad. My looks have nothing to do with for the purpose why I am here.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? I am not here to please other people. My life is not to make you think I'm pretty, to make you feel better, to do whatever. My life is for me to live my life. And so is your life. And that's why I always say, look in your own backyard, because, that you need to look at yourself before you can make judgments on other people. And again, the outside, the physical stuff. And listen, I just happened to get my looks from this lady. And look at, I'd make a good son. I look like your son right now.
You do.
It's not Sonny and Cher. It's Sonny, or it's
Alan.
it's Joy. It's Joy and Roy.
Joy and Roy. There you go.
I'm your son, Roy. But that's the thing. It's like, I don't take myself seriously. I hope you don't take me seriously. Like, nothing in life is that serious. And like I said, when I always get into like some calamity or something, when I was worked at law firms, everything was like, oh my gosh, like this is going on. And I say, is anybody's life in peril? I would look at them, I go, is anybody's life in peril? And they would go, no. And I go, you know what? Then everything's going to be okay.
Right.
Like, really, that's like the whole like bottom line of anything, that nothing else really matters. As long as you're, and like staying young. How do you stay young? People, I know this has been asked like 1,000 times, Mom. People want to know. What do you eat?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know. How do you stay looking so young? They want to know. Like, what do you eat? People are like, what does she eat? What does she do? How does she stay so young? So now's the time. What do you do, Mom, to stay so young?
Well, I don't know if this, but my husband, I love people with a sense of humor. And my husband, when I first saw him at school, he was a senior and I was a junior in high school. And I was a new girl from Ohio coming to my new school. And my first class I went to was an expression class. It was just an extra class I was taking. And I probably told this in my life story. Yeah. But the thing is, I walked in and the teacher wasn't there yet. It was early. And a lot of the kids were there. And there was this young man, and he was making everyone laugh. He was being silly, and he was funny. And
Wonder who that was.
and I wondered myself.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when the teacher came in, her name was Miss Page. Of course, he settled down. He behaved himself, and I just thought at that moment, I really like him, So anyway, and as it turned out, I did. I married him a few years later. But the thing is, we were married for 60 years, and he kept me laughing
Yeah.
for 60 years. So laugh,
Yeah.
smile.
Right.
And that, your whole body rejuvenates when you smile and laugh. It's a lot different than being angry. And I know sad takes so much out of us. And sad is normal.
Right.
But
Yeah.
try, well,
sometimes
it's the humor. The humor keeps everybody young, I think.
Well, and that's why I'm willing, like, listen, I'm sure people like look at me and they wonder, like, why would she like try and look like this? But that's the whole point. Like, I know, like, I am more than whatever I look like.
Yes, we are more than we look like.
Yes. And so whatever you see from me, it doesn't matter, like, if I dress up like this or have a mustache, I'm still me. My soul is still me. Like, I'm still the same person. So that's what I want to, like, get across to people, is that when you make comments about people's looks, it's their souls that you should be looking at. Do you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't judge people by their looks. You should judge them by their souls. Are they nice? Do they treat you kind? Do they make you laugh? And that's the thing. I've been way attracted to people, not because of their looks, but because of their personalities, because they're funny or they're kind. And I know in this society, it's kind of hard because that's what we're like, we see all these pictures with filters and stuff like that. There are no filters here.
There are no what?
There are no filters. We have no filters on us. Yeah. This is what we really look like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, that it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, that your spirit shines through no matter what. Right. Or if it doesn't, then, then maybe you need to see somebody. Like, I see a therapist. I had a session with her yesterday, and that has really been helping me. And like I said, I've been under a lot of stress, and living with your mom at 56. Hard to get a date when you're 56.
She's got to take me with her.
Living with your mom. Yeah.
I'm a chaperone.
You want to go to Culver's with us?
I'm the chaperone, but I can't really see very well.
You don't even know what we're doing up in front.
Yeah. No, I'm not a chaperone. I don't chaperone.
Tell me who I look like. I think sometimes I look like Pat from SNL. And then I think, like, sometimes I look like somebody else. But yeah, I do not look like myself, that's for sure. But that's the whole point. That's what makeup is about. And that's the thing, too. Even about makeup, you know how you wear it to make yourself feel better?
Yeah.
But then you take it off, but you're still the same person. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You wash it off and you're still the same person. So it just helps you feel better. So you can't judge anybody. Like some people say, oh, that woman's wearing too much makeup. Well, if she feels good like that, then who are you to say how much makeup she should wear? Yeah. And we talk about it. I just don't want to put any restrictions on anything, whether it's age and having fun and being silly. And, life is hard enough.
Oh, life is very hard.
Very hard.
For everybody.
Oh.
That there's that saying, be kind, because
you don't know what somebody's going through.
Everybody is going through something.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
And that's life. I mean, things happen. They go away, and then some more happens, and then it goes away.
It's like a wave. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
You just got to ride the wave. And that's what I've realized, like, even though like this week and the next 2 weeks, I'm going through a really stressful, and I snapped at my mom last night and she's like, why are you so angry? And then tonight I came
I
back.
didn't say it like that. I said, why are you so angry?
And I said, leave me alone.
I didn't say, why are you so angry?
And I said, leave me alone. I'm working. But it's hard to change your mood when you're in a bad mood because you're stressed out.
Well,
Do you know what I
was
mean?
just worried. I didn't understand why you were.
Right. But then tonight I came in, like after you get it, and I said, Mom, I'm not mad at you. I'm just under a lot of stress.
I never thought you were mad at me.
I know. And, but that's it. You talk it out. I mean, because I couldn't help myself at the time because I was just immersed in that stress, you
But
know?
she works 24/7. It seems like.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, and now it's like...
You're
yeah.
like your dad that way. He was a working fool. Yeah, he worked.
Well, and I think sometimes like people, oh, and I wanted to talk about this too. I talk it about on my thing. But okay, so you're going to get more reviews coming up because I fell behind.
She's been working on them. Yeah.
And you don't understand, like, what I take things and for me that's fun because it's like me making up a little commercial. You know, I've worked on commercials and I've done that, and that's what I want to do. I want to work kind of in film. And so for me, it's fun, like, to think of an idea in my head and then make it come to fruition. And so I put a lot of time into those reviews, and I don't get paid for them. I get the product. But here's the thing. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Like, only a couple people. A lot of people like them. But I am just like, I get the product, which helps me, like the power pack. And then I just give you the review of like the details of it and stuff like that. So I'm not trying to sell you. I couldn't sell snow to an Eskimo. None of us could sell anything, could we? We're like, oh, I'll buy that for you. You don't need to buy that. I'll get that for you.
We give things. I mean, the thing is, I started a business
Sewing,
of my own.
yes.
A seamstress because I sew and I love to sew and I've sewed for all my kids.
Yes.
But I had the cards printed out and the thing is, I never made any money.
She never
charged them enough.
Yes.
Well, I did charge them, but not what it cost me.
No, to do it. Yeah. Exactly.
So I had to get out of the business because...
So yeah, that's just our family. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I couldn't sell you anything if I tried. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. It just helps me to get a product, and then that helps me in van life, and then I'm just showing you the details. So, and if you don't like reviews, just, you know what, don't watch them, because I put like review of whatever in the headline. So yeah, I'm not trying to sell you anything. But, and here's the thing, because it's been so stressful, because once you say you'll do a review, you have to get it done like within 2 to 4 weeks, whatever you agree on. And that's what I'm doing. So on top of like trying to get this document coding done that's due next week, then I'm trying to do the videos, but I don't get paid for that. I mean, I get the product, but I don't get paid, but I have to take out all that time to do that. And then, you know, just life in general. So, but yeah, just know. So I have 4 coming up. I just did 2 and I have 2 more, and then I'll be done. And then I'm going to be very, 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 very picky about what I do, because then I can put time into it when I do it. But all the ones that I've done, I've been really intrigued in. I never said yes to something that I didn't want or I didn't want to know about. But now I'm starting to get the thing that it's a lot of extra work. So.
Yeah. Well, I told Tracy that we should have gotten a recording and lip synced. I got you, baby. But she said we would get in trouble if we did that.
We get a copyright strike.
Somebody would sue us if we did that.
That's all I need, somebody to sue me. Yeah.
She sings, but I don't. I kind of croak, you know, like a frog. So anyway, I sound great when I'm by myself at home.
We all do.
And I hit all the right notes. But if I were out, you know, and then my voice simply disappears. My gorgeous voice disappears.
You don't even know how gorgeous it is behind the scenes.
Why is it when you're in the shower you sound so great?
Because the shower has some kind of like reverberation that makes you sound like a professional, like Celine Dion.
Anyway, so we can't do I Got You, Babe, and you should have practiced it on your guitar. Or no,
My ukulele.
Banjo. Your ukulele. Banjo. A ukulele, yeah. But
Well, here's the thing. We don't look like Sonny and Cher. We look like Joy and Roy.
Joy and Roy.
That's who we're going to be now. Yep. I told her, I said,
that's good.
I go, I'm buying a short wig. I go, so then I'm just switching it. And then she goes, we don't have to do this next week, do we?
I said,
like,
no,
no.
we don't have to do this every week, do we?
No. Just every once in a while. So let us know what color hair you want us to have next time. Let me know what you want us to do, who you want us to look like.
Oh, no.
I am a professional makeup artist. Can't you tell?
Anyway.
But this is what's fun. That's why makeup is fun. That's why I love makeup.
Yes,
Because you can look like anybody in 5 minutes. Really, I did this in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes.
I came home and I went like this, put this on, and put my glasses on. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. So,
Yeah. That's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes, folks. Yep.
Yeah.
Any more wise words from Joy?
No, I don't think so.
No. Every time she says to me, Tracy, what are we going to talk about this week?
I always say that.
Every
what are
single
we gonna-
time.
And especially in those disguises, what are we should talk like Sonny and Cher.
Well, we don't know Sonny and Cher, so what would they talk like?
I know. Well, we watched them on TV years ago.
Yeah, but they broke up, and I don't think it was a very good, breakup. So
Yeah, that's true.
And it was a variety show. Remember when variety shows were in? They sang and danced.
I love variety
It's not,
shows.
and they had they had writers. We don't have writers.
But they seem so in love. They would always say, "I got you, babe."
Well,
I got you, babe.
somebody else wrote that. So there you go.
So disappointed.
They had writers for their show. We don't
Okay.
have writers obviously for our show.
No, we
Right?
don't.
Yeah.
No, we can't afford them.
If you want to give to the cause, buy me a coffee.
It just comes off the top of our heads.
Top of our heads. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what you're stuck with. You're stuck with the generic, the low class, Sonny and Cher,
Sonny and Cher.
Joy.
This is
We're Joy and Roy. We're the bargain basement Sonny and Cher.
Oh, well, let's get to the point.
What was the point?
I don't know.
Anyway, I think we're done. We've already been on. Every time you say I don't have anything to talk about, we talk for almost 45 minutes.
Oh, you're kidding.
How can that be? How can that be? See, we find something to talk. I say, Mom, don't worry about it. I turn the camera on. The magic happens.
It's the magic.
Don't forget your magic.
I love that song by Doris Day. Don't you just love that song? Learn that song and
What
sing
song
it.
is it?
It's magic. It's
Oh,
what it's called.
I
It's
didn't even
magic.
know. Okay.
You smile. The song begins. You speak, and I hear violins.
Oh, I know.
It's magic.
It's magic.
How
Well,
else can I what? Let's see. I know. I used to know.
you
all
look
the
like you're
words.
an actress, like you're about to do
Let's see.
like Shakespeare or something.
oh.
The violins
Yeah.
begin.
The stars. I know. The stars desert the skies and rush to nestle in your eyes.
Oh,
It's magic.
use that one on your next date.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
So, go out and make an adventure.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how big or how small. You don't have to sell everything and buy a van. Because why?
Because she did.
I did. I did
She
that.
really did that, and
I
she's
really
still
did that.
doing it. Yeah, off
I
and
still
on.
do it. Yes. And don't forget to call someone you love. And as Joy says,
Tell them you love them.
yes. And don't forget
You're magic.
your magic.
You're magic.
Your magic. We're magic. Don't forget your sense of humor too, right?
Right. That's important.
Don't forget to have fun no matter how old you are. Don't listen to what society says are your limitations. There are no limitations, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay. Anne, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.